Yeah.
Sirens on the news again tonight. Maps lit up in red and white. Generals whisper, satellite scan. Another headline, countdown to Tehran. Carriers drifting the Persian tide. Steel on the water, thunder inside. Every channel talking like war's a show. Tickets keep scrolling while tensions grow. They say it's defense, they say it's control, but every missile's a gamble of souls. History's ghost in desert sand. Every empire thought it had the plan. Politicians draw the lines in ink, but the soldiers bleed before they think. Every speech says freedom stands, but the clock keeps ticking toward Tehran.
Countdown to Tehran. Hear the engines cry, missiles in the sky, asking who decides. From the Gulf to the streets of Tehran, everybody waiting for the dawn. Countdown to Tehran. The world holds breath. Every headline dancing with death. One wrong spark and the map turns red. Another war nobody wanted ahead.
Oil fields shaking when the markets wake. Every barrel worth a life to take. Diplomats whisper behind closed doors, while bombers rehearse what peace ignores. Every nation picking sides tonight. Allies and enemies drawn in the fight. The old men argue on glowing screens, but the young men march in desert scenes. Flags get waved, the speeches roar, but nobody really wins a war. Every promise carved in sand, still counting down to Tehran.
Countdown to Tehran. Hear the engines cry, missiles in the sky, asking who decides. From the Gulf to the streets of Tehran, everybody waiting for the dawn. Countdown to Tehran. The world holds breath. Every headline dancing with death. One wrong spark and the map turns red. Another war nobody wanted ahead.
History echoes through the fire and dust. Empires rise and crumble to rust. Every decade the same old song. Another war where the truth goes wrong. Cities praying for the night to pass. Children sleeping while the jets fly fast. The world keeps spinning, the stakes get high, while leaders gamble with the sky. You can draw your lines across the sand, but fate don't follow any plan. Every border just a fragile span when the clock keeps ticking toward Tehran.
Countdown to Tehran. Hear the engines cry, missiles in the sky, asking who decides. From the Gulf to the streets of Tehran, everybody waiting for the dawn. Countdown to Tehran. The world holds breath. Every headline dancing with death. One wrong spark and the map turns red. Another war nobody wanted ahead.
Maybe someday we'll finally learn. Every war leaves a city burned. Victory speeches fade away, but the scars still live another day. So while the leaders make their stand, remember the lives behind the plan. When the smoke clears and the silence spans, history writes countdown to Tehran.
The satellites watch every move we make, every thread, every mistake.
One command from a distant hand, and the world ignites around Tehran.
Countdown to Tehran. The sirens rise, fear reflected in 1,000 eyes. From Washington halls to the desert sand, everyone feels that trembling hand. Countdown to Tehran. Time stands still, hope and fear on a razor hill. Praying the clock finds a better plan before it reaches Tehran.
Yeah. History's watching. The world's breathing slow. Let the clock stop before it shows. 0.